Welcome everybody today to the What's Cooking Show. I'm your chef for today, Crystal Landry.
And I'm Chef Jason Hugay from the Steamboat. And we have a very special show for y'all today. Crystal is going to be making us a dish that we also spoke about on the last episode of the What's Cooking Show. So, Crystal, tell everybody at home what we're making today.
I am going to be making a green bean casserole. Thought it would be fitting. Easter's coming up. Everybody's going to be getting together with their families. This is the dish that I make. Anytime my family asks me to bring a dish, this is what they ask for. So that's what I'll be doing.
It's delicious, so stay tuned for more What's Cooking. Welcome back to the What's Cooking Show, everyone. Crystal is here today making us her green bean casserole. I really hope this is a great show. We're going to see what happens. So, okay, Crystal, so how do we begin our dish?
All right, so first you want to...
You got olive oil in there or something?
Yeah,
okay.
Little olive oil in your pan.
Yeah.
Your favorite smoked sausage.
This came from the PH?
Your choice, yeah. I chopped it before we got on camera just for time purposes, but you want to cut it kind of small. Start browning that.
All right, smells good already.
Yeah. So just brown your sausage. Kind of takes a little while to get it to the color you want, but...
I'm going to crank it up a little bit. How about that? I'm going to crank it up just a little bit.
Yeah, crank it up, please. I cook on high. Jason fusses at me all the time, but high.
Everything on high.
That's my temp.
With the lid
high.
on it, the lid's balling off the pot. And I'm like, dude.
Well, we're doing it my way today, so...
Okay, hold on. Easy now. Okay, so...
So while this is browning, I think Jason's going to tell y'all a little bit because he has something he's doing also.
Right, so on the last segment, because this dish doesn't take that long, so we're going to wait till Crystal's got her stuff going, and then we'll do this real quick on the last segment. Basically, it's just a dish that we did this weekend. We did it mainly because of Lent. It's a seafood item. Not everybody likes all the heavy cream sauces. Don't get me wrong, they would skin me alive if I took those off the menu, but
Yeah.
it was an option to give someone, like if they're, Catholic and they're looking for a Lenten item on a Friday. And it's really light. It's really something that I like to do at home. It's probably my favorite way to eat pasta. So we'll show you that and get into all the ingredients when we get to that segment. But in the meantime,
I'm going to chop my little onions. We're going to add that next after your sausage is browned.
smells good already.
It does smell good. We say this every time we cook sausage, onions.
So this is just a pure pork smoked sausage.
Smoked sausage.
Again, anywhere that you get your smoked sausage from that you prefer, everyone has a different preference. You could also go to Ordwans, which is just on the next corner. That has changed ownership.
Yes.
Wes Walker, Wes and Ashley.
Wes and Ashley, they got some awesome changes going
as
on
well.
over there. Stopped by the other day, I could barely get to the register.
Yeah. But as we said before, we got all of these ingredients, including our sausage, at Piggly Wiggly, which is 8410 Highway 182 North. That's the store that's closest to us. We shop there more often. Also, you can get these ingredients at Cash Saver, which is 1305 Heather Drive. You can also go see Miss Paula at the North Store, they call it. That's the one closest to us.
One day I'll learn those addresses, so kind of help you
I
out.
think that'll be your next,
Mission.
yeah. So
So
we're saying that it takes a little while to do this sausage, but it actually doesn't take that long because you don't really want it super brown because you're not really making a gravy. So you're just basically caramelizing the natural sugars in the sausage.
in the sausage, as well as the onions. So probably looks like it's getting a pretty good color. Guess we could probably do
You're almost there, really.
onions. Put our onions.
Yeah.
Let that start caramelizing because that takes a little while.
Probably the longest.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people say in a recipe, cook your onions till they're translucent, or, you know, this dish you kind of want to caramelize it, which is
Yes.
a difference.
It does make a difference.
When you caramelize your onions, again, like the sausage, you're caramelizing the natural sugars that comes out of the onion,
Yes.
and it gives whatever your dish that you're making a little sweetness
Yeah.
to the dish. Whereas if you don't do it,
You can
till
tell the
it's caramelized,
difference.
yeah.
You can definitely tell.
and to caramelize it, you really need a high heat. Like you would need it really high and continuous
so I can cook on
stirring.
high?
Well, if you're caramelizing, look, that's high. Now go ahead.
Yes. That cooked down.
So this is really the longest step.
It is.
Then what you do after this, do you add your green beans next, or?
No, I put a little garlic. Kind of let that cook down. You have to be careful with garlic.
It will burn.
It will burn.
This is my favorite part. When you add the garlic and all your vegetables are sauteing with the smoky flavor. We always say, always,
Always.
why we don't stop at this point and eat that on something? And we never do.
We never do, but
Because, you know, we always say, I can eat that like that.
yep. Put it over rice. Cook some rice.
Maybe on the next show. That'd be something good to try on the next show.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, on the next show we have a special surprise.
We do have some good ideas for the next episode.
Yep. I
But
think while this is
take a break.
caramelizing, yeah, because it does take a little while, I think we can take a break, let that kind of cook down. And
All right, so while we're doing that, let's join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back to the What's Cooking Show, everyone. Crystal is in the middle stages of our dish. It's smelling really good. And so basically this is what you want your onions and everything, your garlic and sausage to look like when you
right before
continue.
you,
Yes.
right before you put your beans in. So that'll be my next step. So today I'm gonna just do 3 cans. 3 cans of beans. Makes a small casserole. Say this, probably
Well-
feed about 10 people.
You say small, but you feed a good bit of people.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you don't want this as your main dish, so.
And if you go into like family dinners, we always say this, we don't have enough room on our plate to take a little tiny little bit of everything.
I mean, I brought this when we went to your mom's not long ago.
A Sunday.
I
one
brought
Sunday.
it, did this same recipe, and it went a good little ways.
Yeah.
So, all right, so I season. I put
Ouch.
I like seasoning.
You season like Joey.
Yes, I like spice. So red pepper, some steamboat seasoning that we make here in-house. We bottle it. If anybody's ever interested in that.
Which is not
Bottle it.
salty. It's not really salty at all. So
No.
other
So-
types of all-purpose seasonings, you may want to watch your salt
Right.
or omit the actual salt.
So red pepper, steamboat seasoning, salt. This is a little bit of black pepper. I love black pepper. I love all pepper, but whatever. So season that up. I let them smother down a little while. You don't have to let it go too long because we'll
Nah.
be putting it in the oven
You're just trying
shortly.
to kind of marry the ingredients.
Oh, don't say that on the show. Don't say that.
Well, you said it at the house, so I'm just using your words. It's not my words.
Wait, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. He said Mary.
Continue.
All right, so next I'm gonna put a little bit of cream of mushroom. I use the roasted garlic cream of mushroom. I think it just such a better flavor. I don't know.
It's different.
Yes.
It hits different, they say.
So do 1 can of that. So 1 can of cream of mushroom to 3 cans of green beans. I find it's the perfect mix. So stir that up. Marry it together, I guess, like Jason said.
Okay, once a show was fun. That's plenty. That's plenty, I promise.
Okay. We'll add a little bit of sour cream.
And pepper.
Well, and pepper. I mean, you can't ever have too much pepper. What Joey would say? It always needs more spice. So
Joseph.
do about 2 to 3 teaspoons of that. That's not a real teaspoon.
No, right, yeah, right.
Your in-home teaspoon, if you will.
But it gives it that little flavor. It makes it creamy.
It does.
It's kind of like that sour cream did to that pasta dish, Joey's pasta dish. It just gives it a different flavor, you know?
It does.
And so that's really simple. Anybody at home can do that.
All right, next I use cheese. Pepper jack. Joey always used pepper jack in his food. I don't do that because he did that. I just, something I've always done.
You can't go wrong with pepper jack and cheddar mix.
Cheddar. Depending on how cheesy you like it.
Not too much. Don't kill it.
Who's cooking here?
I'm going to stir it for you.
Stir it for me, please.
Oh, no, that's my bad arm.
Oh, left
My
me
elbow.
hanging. All right.
You can
Pepper
stir
jack. Stir that around. Like I said, if you like a lot of cheese, you can put a lot of cheese. If you don't like cheese, you don't even have to put the cheese.
Yeah, but you got to have cheese in this dish.
We like cheese.
My 2 favorite cheeses, cheddar and pepper jack. And provolone. I like all the cheeses. Parmesan.
Parmesan. That might be good. All right.
Nice. So it's really coming together?
So, yeah, when I cook this, I usually eat half of it before I'm done. You got to taste it.
Yeah.
I mean, make sure your seasoning's right.
So explain to them how you're going to finish this. People at home.
Well, you'll see our fancy new little
Oven.
air fryer oven.
It does
slash
everything.
oven. It does everything you want it to do. Bake, broil, toast.
Dehydrate.
I mean, yeah, you name it. It does all of that. So we brought that to show y'all what it does.
It's my new favorite toy.
Yes. And hopefully in the future, we're working on showing y'all a few recipes in that air fryer.
So how else are you going to finish this? With your onions? French fried onions?
Well, you're getting ahead of me. But yeah, I'm going to finish it with these French fried onions once I plate it in my pretty little Pyrex dish that Jason bought for me at
That's my
the
pretty little Pyrex dish.
Antique School Mall. So we can start actually, if you want to help me,
Sure.
or just let me use your towel.
You do that, and I'm going to watch. Let me turn this off before
Yes.
somebody gets burnt.
Yeah. Let's move all this out the way. What you want to do? This?
You have the towels.
All right. So.
All right, let them get a shot of that. That's pretty. See, that's the consistency you're looking for.
And it will thicken up.
All the cheeses.
Yeah, it's going to thicken up. Seems a little soupy at times, but that's what you want. So, spread that out in there.
It looks yummy.
These are my favorite. I could eat this whole thing out the can.
Why don't you tell them about the last time you...
Oh no, don't.
You tried to rush.
Don't do it. So I said earlier, I brought this to his mom's a couple weeks back, and he rushes me everywhere we go.
No, that's not the true story.
That's the true story.
It's not.
And so
Not
I
true.
tried to hurry up and make these onions crispy
So she put it on broil on high and went
on low,
back in the bathroom to primp.
and I burn it.
And I come in, the smoke alarms are going off all over the house.
Thank God I had another one.
On broil on high.
I always
Like, who
buy
does that?
extra because I eat them while I'm cooking. So I just scraped it off. The beans weren't burnt. Put some more onions on top of that.
Hey, it was good. It gave it a smoky flavor. So, it all worked out. So,
And no one noticed.
well, I did.
No one noticed. And no one knows that until you just told on me on TV.
Well, now they all know.
Miss Kathy, I'm sorry, I burnt the green bean casserole.
All right. So, okay. So while we're deciding who's right and wrong, let's do that off camera. And let's take a quick break, and we're going to put this in the oven when we come back.
We come back.
So join us back for more What's Cooking. All right, welcome back to the What's Cooking show, everyone. We are at the final stages of Crystal's green bean casserole. She's going to tell us how to go from here.
So now that everything's plated, you have your onions on top. Today, since we cooked everything, everything's fresh, hot in your dish, you don't need to bake it for quite as long. Just putting it in there really to get a little color on your onions. So today we're using this little nifty air fryer that we have. I'm gonna put that in. And since it's hot, I'm just gonna put it on broil. We tested this out in 345 for 3 minutes. Makes your onions brown.
And not burnt.
And not burnt, yes.
Don't
Please,
burn the onions.
don't burn your onions, please. You never
Don't
hear
set
the
off
end
all
of
the
it.
smoke alarms.
So now we're gonna let that go, and Jason's gonna tell us a little bit about what he's doing.
Okay, so as we said earlier in the segment, we did this dish this weekend. It was a big hit. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to be using today, we have some fresh Louisiana crawfish tails. We have some fresh bay scallops that I actually parboiled in seafood boil seasoning.
Yes.
We have some fresh cut green onions I just cut, some black pepper, and salt. Sorry, I already mixed them together, equal parts salt and black pepper. And we have some olive oil that we're going to use to start with, and some finely grated Parmesan cheese, and some linguine we got from Piggly Wiggly. And linguine is just something that's not really used, as much as fettuccine, angel hair, spaghetti, stuff like that. It's just a little different. It's just thicker than angel hair and spaghetti, but it's not as wide as zucchini.
Fettuccine.
Fettuccine. Why am I saying zucchini?
You hungry?
You're the one that likes zucchini.
I love zucchini.
So you can get all these ingredients at Piggly Wiggly. We're also going to finish with some fresh asparagus for our dish. We'll show you that when we're done. But you can get all these ingredients except for maybe the scallops, but they're selling fresh
probably
Louisiana
do have
crawfish right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start this dish with a little bit of olive oil. Now, the thing is, you don't want it, our pan's hot. You don't want it really, really, really hot. Just kind of like warming the olive oil, like it's easy. Well, maybe not with our little, our stove has like 2 settings, high and just under high. So
High and high.
high and just a little
I
bit
mean-
high. So at home, you don't want it too hot, just to give you an idea. So we got our crawfish and our scallops, 2 of my favorite items to cook with. I'm gonna put more scallops.
Scallops,
Who cares?
yes.
Like,
It's my favorite.
can't go wrong with, got a little bit of each. So what I'm gonna do here is put a little, I like to do a little salt and black pepper only. And I do equal parts, that way I can just scoop. It's quicker, it's easier. All right. Now we're on super low. All right. So next what we're gonna do is we're going to take our linguine. We have some boiling water we have here on the side. And so all we're gonna do is just pop this into our boiling pot of water just to warm it up. It's already cooked. We pre-cooked this yesterday
Yes.
to be ready for the show. So let's get that hot. Don't take long to warm up. You want to drain it really good. Now,
This is Jason's favorite way to eat pasta.
favorite way. The secret is this right here. It's called a Meunier mixture. It's actually lemon juice and Worcestershire sauce mix. So this kind of makes it why I like it. So I'm going to toss it a little bit. I'm going to put some fresh chopped green onions. And I'm gonna put some of this Parmesan right here. Turn our flame off now. I'm gonna give it a little toss.
So fancy. Toss.
It's fancy, but watch.
I'd spill that all over the place.
So this is how we're gonna plate it. You can smell all the seafood. Now,
Very good. It was a
now.
big hit this weekend.
To finish that, I'm gonna turn this back on high. In our pan, we'll put a little more of this meuniere. Get our asparagus, and just kind of, these have already been blanched, which means we boiled them ahead of time for about
Soften
a minute.
them up.
About a minute. So, and we finish with more Parmesan. For this dish, I like the finely grated one. And you can put as much cheese as you like.
Parmesan.
And so, give me that steamboat seasoning right there, doll.
Just be careful. It's loose, the top.
So, that's about it. So while we're doing that, why don't you remove
Remove that.
your casserole.
Oh, sorry guys.
Without breaking.
I'm
the
breaking.
dish. Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
So, golden brown.
It's beautiful,
Finish
and
with
I
a
know
little garnish.
it tastes just as good as it looks.
Smells good. Yours smells so good.
I just love the way this smells all together. The Worcestershire, the lemon juice, and it's plain and simple. It's delicious.
So good.
And you can actually not. I mean, if you don't like the cream sauces,
Right.
so
Which everyone loves that, but
there you
we
go.
love this.
A little more. And there you have it. That is
you
our
have it.
seafood dish. Did this weekend. Simply called seafood linguine. Basic, it kind of speaks for itself. Some really scallops. I love scallops. And
I love scallops.
matter of fact, we're thinking about doing some other dishes with scallops down the road soon, because we have so many different ways to do it. And I think it'll
Some air
make a great
fryer
show.
recipes, yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't give it away.
Oh, sorry.
Before we go, you can get all these ingredients at Piggly Wiggly, 1305 Heather Drive, which is Casseraole, or 8410 Highway 182 North. So go shop at your local Piggly Wiggly stores and Casseraole and get these ingredients and make these terrific dishes. And be sure this Easter to bring this casserole and let us know how it works.
Yes, let us know.
All right, so join us next week for another episode of the What's Cooking Show.